Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Ask Bridget. The next person we're going to talk about is Charlotte, and she asked about her son, Ryan. So Charlotte says, "Hi, Bridget. My son turned 18 in February and completely lost his mind. He got his license on his birthday and he had already bought his car. See, the past year, he's been working steady hours, never missed a day of anything. He was in school senior year, and he also had a little side job that brought in money. He was just a model child." So like I said, he turned 18 in mid-February this year and has completely flushed everything away. He dropped out of high school, got fired from his job for calling in excessively, and due to his actions, he no longer has his side job. He's nothing but rude and cursing towards me and his father. I'm trying to give him time to try to get his life back on track together, but my husband, his father, is pushing that we need to kick him out. And he's only going to learn when he hits rock bottom. Well, Charlotte, let me tell you something. The thing is that us as mothers, we tend to overprotect our kids, especially when it comes to discipline matters. See, moms were put here on earth to nurture and to love. When they're hungry, feed them. When they're hurt, comfort them and help them. But when it comes to discipline, a lot of times, dad is the one who's right. You have to remember that your husband loves your son as much as you do, but he's the disciplinary. And so when it comes to things like this, when he says you need to kick him out, moms take that as, "Oh my God, I can't do that. That's so hard. What about my baby? And what if something happens?" We go to that immediate nurturing sense that we have. Dads are firm. And dads are no nonsense. And thank God for dads, because the world would be out of hand. And I think that's a lot of the problem with the world today. Too many moms have stepped in and dad wasn't able to discipline and the kids are out of control. Don't worry, Charlotte. I've been guilty of that myself. I stood in between my husband and my kids many times, like, "No, that's too hard. Don't do that." Being honest with you, I should have stepped aside, let him be the dad, let him discipline them like they needed to be, and they would have been a lot better off. I'm not saying my kids turned out bad, but I'm saying they have traveled a rough road to learn their lessons. And sometimes experience is the best teacher, but at the same time, I think that it would have saved them a lot of trouble if they would have just had their dad to crack down on them. Take it from me, as hard as it is to let him do what he needs to do, and see, your son knows that. Your son knows you're going to protect him. Your son knows that you're going to have his back. So really, step aside. Let dad take the reins on this. If you have to leave the room, go sit in the next room and shut the door while they have the talk about getting kicked out. Whatever you need to do to remove yourself from the situation to keep from intervening, I suggest you do that. Because the truth is, when your son sees how hard it is to survive out there without you guys, he's going to have a complete attitude change. Now, your fear is, but what if? What if he goes down this path that is really, really bad and he ends up getting into more trouble or drugs or the wrong friends? The truth is, if your son chooses to do that rather than straighten his life up, he was headed towards that path anyway. The only thing staying at home is doing is prolonging the inevitable when that happens. I always say that a child never strays too far from what they were taught. So if you've instilled good morals and good work ethic and a good personality within him, it's there, it's just lost. So like Dad says, when he hits rock bottom, he's going to realize my actions and behavior is not getting me anywhere. I've got to change some things. Truth is, sometimes we all need a kick in the ass to change. We all need something to motivate us to do it different when we're doing it wrong. So my heart goes out to you on this one. It does. But at the same time, in my honest opinion and advice, based on my own experiences and what I know to be right, it's time to let your husband take the reins. And if it means showing tough love and you have to step aside and tell your son, I love you with all my heart, but until you respect us in our home that we pay for, and until you get your life straight, you have no place here. It's so hard. I know it is. It sounds hard. Even when I say it, it sounds hard. But sometimes we have to give them that tough love to make a change. Think you might be really saving him in the end, because as I said, he might be headed towards even a worse path, because with no money and no support, financially, he could end up doing wrong things to get that money. So I hope this helps you. I'll pray for you, Charlotte.